I Go to America, Reflections on Journey, Opportunity, and Identity. America has long been a beacon of hope, opportunity, and adventure for millions of people around the globe. Whether seen as the land of dreams or a place of reinvention, the United States has historically attracted immigrants, travelers, and dreamers who come seeking better lives, greater opportunities, or simply the allure of the American way of life. The phrase "I go to America" signifies more than a simple journey. It encapsulates a narrative of aspiration, exploration, and the pursuit of new possibilities. In this essay, I will explore what it means to go to America from multiple angles: historical, personal, cultural, and social. The idea of going to America has been romanticized in books, movies, and music. At the same time, it has been fraught with complex realities, challenges, and cultural adjustments that newcomers face. Through this exploration, we will examine how America has evolved from a destination of boundless opportunity to a complicated, multi-layered society that continues to attract people worldwide. Historical context, the allure of America. The notion of America as a destination for those seeking a better life is deeply rooted in history. From the early colonists who fled religious persecution in Europe to the waves of immigrants who arrived at Ellis Island in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, America has been portrayed as a land of freedom and opportunity. The phrase "the American dream," popularized by author James Truslow Adams in his 1931 book The Epic of America, reflects this sentiment, a belief that any person, regardless of background or origin, can achieve success through hard work and determination. Immigrants, particularly, saw America as a land where rigid class hierarchies of Europe or the economic hardships of their native lands could be left behind. Instead, they could build new lives for themselves and their descendants. However, the allure of America was not always the same for everyone. For some, America represented a land of enforced labor, as was the case with the transatlantic slave trade that brought millions of African people to the United States against their will. For others, such as Native Americans, the arrival of European settlers marked the beginning of loss, dispossession, and centuries of struggle for land and cultural survival. Despite these contrasting narratives, the mythology of America as a land of freedom and opportunity persisted, and in many ways, it continues to this day. The image of the Statue of Liberty holding her torch high, welcoming the tired, poor, huddled masses yearning to breathe free, as the poem by Emma Lazarus proclaims, remains a powerful symbol of what America represents to the world: the immigrant experience, stories of hope and challenge. For many who declare "I go to America," the journey represents hope for a better life. Historically, immigrants from Ireland, Italy, Germany, China, and numerous other countries came to the United States during the 19th and 20th centuries, driven by poverty, famine, political instability, and economic opportunity. Their experiences often followed similar patterns. Upon arrival, they encountered difficult living conditions, prejudice, and challenges in assimilating into American culture. For example, Irish immigrants in the 19th century faced nativist hostility, as they were seen as both religious outsiders and economic competitors. Similarly, Chinese immigrants who arrived during the gold rush were initially welcomed for their labor but soon became the targets of racial discrimination, culminating in the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. Yet, despite these challenges, immigrants persisted. Many established thriving communities, such as New York's Little Italy or San Francisco's Chinatown, and over generations, their descendants became fully integrated into the American social fabric. The success stories of immigrant families, often starting from nothing and building prosperous lives, are central to the American narrative. the immigrant experience, however, is not monolithic. Some came seeking refuge from war and persecution, as was the case for Jewish refugees fleeing the Holocaust or Vietnamese immigrants arriving after the Vietnam War. These groups often faced not only the challenges of starting over in a foreign land but also the trauma of displacement and loss. In the contemporary era, immigrants from Latin America, Asia, and Africa continue to seek opportunities in the United States, though they encounter a country that is grappling with complex issues around immigration policy, border control, and national identity. The question of who gets to go to America and under what conditions remains a deeply polarizing topic in U.S. political discourse, cultural exchange, and identity formation. When people move to America, they bring with them their cultures, languages, and traditions. Over time, this has led to a rich mosaic of cultural exchange that has shaped the United States into one of the most diverse nations in the world. Yet, with this diversity comes the challenge of identity formation and cultural assimilation. For many immigrants, the process of becoming American involves a delicate balancing act between retaining aspects of their cultural heritage and adapting to new societal norms. Language plays a significant role in this transition. Learning English, for instance, is often seen as a crucial step in assimilating into American society, but it also raises questions about the preservation of one's native language and culture. Second- and third-generation immigrants often find themselves straddling two worlds. On one hand, they are expected to assimilate into mainstream American culture. On the other hand, they may feel a strong pull to honor their ancestral roots. This can create a sense of in-betweenness for children of immigrants, who may not feel fully connected to either their parents' homeland or the American culture in which they were raised. In cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Miami, this cultural fusion is visible in everyday life, from the diverse cuisines available at restaurants to the variety of languages spoken on the streets. The American melting pot, however, is not without its tensions. The pressure to assimilate can sometimes lead to the erasure of cultural differences, while at other times, cultural misunderstandings or racial and ethnic prejudices can create divisions within communities. Nonetheless, the influence of immigrant cultures on American society is undeniable. Music, art, literature, and cuisine in the United States have been deeply enriched by the contributions of immigrant communities. Jazz, for example, was born from the fusion of African and European musical traditions, while dishes like pizza, tacos, and sushi have become staples of the American diet. This cultural hybridity is perhaps one of the most distinctive features of the American experience. Personal reflections. Going to America in the 21st century. As someone who embarks on the journey to America in the 21st century, the experience is shaped by a world that is increasingly interconnected through globalization, technology, and media. While the classic stories of immigrants arriving by ship and settling in urban tenement houses still resonate, the modern experience of going to America can be quite different. In the digital age, people often arrive in the United States with a great deal of knowledge about the country, thanks to the internet, social media, and global news coverage. They may already be familiar with American pop culture, politics, and societal trends before ever setting foot on American soil. This familiarity can create a sense of excitement but also set certain expectations, which may or may not align with the reality of living in the United States. For many, going to America in the 21st century is not a permanent move but rather part of a global, transnational lifestyle. With advances in air travel and communication, people can maintain closer ties to their home countries while living and working in the United States. This has led to the phenomenon of global citizens, individuals who move between countries for work, education, and personal fulfillment, blending aspects of different cultures into their own identities. Yet, even in the modern era, the fundamental motivations for going to America remain similar to those of earlier generations: the search for better opportunities, the desire for freedom, and the hope for a brighter future. For some, this journey is about pursuing higher education; for others, it's about escaping conflict or economic instability; and for many, it's about seeking a new beginning in a land that still holds the promise of reinvention, America's changing role in the world. In considering the experience of going to America, it's important to reflect on how the global perception of the United States has evolved. In the post-World War II era, America was seen as a global superpower, a defender of democracy, and a model for economic prosperity. The Marshall Plan, which helped rebuild Europe after the war, and the United States' leadership in creating institutions like the United Nations and NATO, cemented its role as a global leader. However, America's image has been more complex in recent decades. The wars in Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan, along with domestic challenges such as economic inequality, racial injustice, and political polarization, have led to questions about America's leadership on the world stage. The rise of other global powers, such as China and the European Union, has also shifted the dynamics of global influence. Despite these challenges, America continues to attract people from around the world. Its universities remain among the most prestigious in the world, its technology companies drive innovation, and its cultural exports, from Hollywood films to Silicon Valley startups, shape global trends. For many, going to America is still a ticket to participating in these global developments, whether through education, entrepreneurship, or cultural exchange. Challenges of going to America today. While the journey to America remains a dream for many, it is also fraught with challenges that are unique to the 21st century. One of the most pressing issues is immigration policy, which has become a contentious topic in U.S. politics. Policies around visas, refugee status, and border control have fluctuated dramatically in recent years, often leaving potential immigrants uncertain about their future. The process of legal immigration can be lengthy and complicated, with hurdles such as visa backlogs, stringent requirements, and high legal costs. For those without legal status, life in the United States can be precarious, with the constant threat of deportation, limited access to social services, and the challenge of finding stable employment. Economic inequality in the United States is another factor that affects those who come seeking better opportunities. While America remains one of the wealthiest countries in the world, the gap between the rich and poor has widened in recent decades. Immigrants often find themselves working in low-wage jobs with limited upward mobility, making it difficult to achieve the financial success they hoped for. Additionally, the cultural and racial tensions that exist in the United States can be a source of difficulty for newcomers. While America is celebrated for its diversity, issues of racism, xenophobia, and discrimination are still prevalent. Immigrants, particularly those from non-European countries, may face prejudice and exclusion, which can hinder their ability to fully integrate into American society. Conclusion: the enduring dream of America. In conclusion, the phrase "I go to America" represents much more than a geographical journey. It is a symbol of hope, opportunity, and transformation that has captivated the hearts and minds of people for centuries. Whether driven by economic hardship, political instability, or personal aspirations, those who make the journey to America do so with the belief that a better life is possible. While the realities of life in the United States can be challenging, marked by economic inequality, social tensions, and immigration complexities, the allure of the American dream persists. America's history as a nation of immigrants, its cultural diversity, and its role as a global leader continue to draw people from all corners of the world. The dream of America is, in many ways, a reflection of the human spirit's desire for growth, reinvention, and the pursuit of happiness. For those who say I go to America, the journey is as much about discovering themselves as it is about discovering a new land. Despite its imperfections, America remains a place where people can redefine their identities, create new futures, and contribute to the ever-evolving story of this complex, multifaceted nation. How to Achieve Success, a comprehensive guide. Success is one of the most sought-after goals in life, yet it means different things to different people. For some, success is defined by wealth and material achievements, while for others, it could be happiness, fulfilling relationships, or personal growth. Despite these variations, success generally represents the fulfillment of a goal, the achievement of one's potential, or the realization of a dream. The road to success can be long and challenging, but with the right mindset, habits, and strategies, anyone can increase their chances of achieving it. This guide provides insights on the key elements that contribute to success, including goal setting, discipline, personal development, persistence, and adaptability. 1. Define what success means to you. The first step in achieving success is defining what it means to you personally. Success is a deeply individual concept. And without clarity about what you're striving for, it's easy to become lost or overwhelmed. To do this, reflect on your values, passions, and priorities. Ask yourself questions such as, what brings me joy and fulfillment? What do I want to achieve in the short term and the long term? What kind of lifestyle do I want to create for myself? How do I want to impact the people and the world around me? Your definition of success will serve as your compass, guiding your decisions and efforts. This definition might change over time, and that's okay. 2. Set clear, achievable goals. Once you know what success means to you, the next step is to set specific goals. Goals provide direction, giving you a clear path to follow. They also make it easier to measure your progress and stay motivated. When setting goals, consider the following framework. Be specific. Vague goals like I want to be successful are difficult to achieve because they lack direction. Instead, make your goals specific. For example, I want to increase my income by 20% within the next year is a clear, actionable goal. Set measurable targets. Success should be measurable so you can track your progress. If you want to improve your fitness, for example, set measurable milestones such as I want to run a 5K in under 25 minutes. Be realistic. Ambitious goals are motivating, but unrealistic goals can lead to frustration. Ensure that your goals are challenging yet attainable given your resources, skills, and current situation. Set deadlines. Without deadlines, goals can become open-ended, which often leads to procrastination. A clear timeline helps you stay focused and accountable. Break goals into smaller steps. Large goals can feel overwhelming, so break them down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Achieving small wins along the way keeps you motivated. 3. Develop discipline and consistency. Discipline and consistency are two of the most important qualities for success. It's not enough to be motivated for a short time. You need to consistently put in the effort over the long term. Create daily habits. Successful people rely on habits that support their goals. Whether it's exercising, reading, or setting aside time for focused work, daily habits build momentum and structure your day. Eliminate distractions. In today's digital age, distractions are everywhere. From social media to endless notifications, it's easy to get sidetracked. Practice eliminating distractions during your work hours by turning off notifications, setting boundaries, and creating a focused environment. Stick to a routine. A routine creates consistency. Whether it's waking up at the same time every day, exercising regularly, or setting aside time for reflection, routines help ensure that you're constantly working toward your goals. Discipline isn't always easy to maintain, especially when motivation wanes. This is where self-control and accountability come into play. Consider finding an accountability partner or tracking your progress in a journal to keep yourself on track. 4. Adopt a growth mindset. One of the key factors that distinguishes successful people from those who struggle to achieve their goals is their mindset. A growth mindset, a concept developed by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities for growth, not as obstacles. They are more likely to embrace challenges and see them as opportunities for improvement, learn from criticism and feedback rather than take it personally, persist in the face of setbacks instead of giving up. In contrast, a fixed mindset limits potential because it assumes that abilities are static and unchangeable. People with this mindset are more likely to avoid challenges, give up easily, and feel threatened by others' success. To cultivate a growth mindset, view failure as a learning experience. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your abilities, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Celebrate effort, not just results. Success is often the result of consistent effort. Acknowledge and reward yourself for the hard work you put in, even if you don't see immediate results. Embrace lifelong learning. Commit to continually improving yourself. Whether through formal education, reading, or learning from others, successful people are always looking to expand their knowledge and skills. 5. Learn from failure and mistakes. Failure is an inevitable part of any journey toward success. The key difference between those who achieve success and those who don't is how they handle failure. Successful people don't fear failure. They embrace it as a learning tool. Each failure brings valuable insights into what works and what doesn't. It helps refine strategies and can reveal new paths or opportunities that weren't previously considered. To make the most of failure, analyze what went wrong. After a setback, take time to reflect on what happened. Was there something you overlooked? Did you make an error in judgment? Understanding the cause of failure helps you avoid making the same mistake in the future. Don't dwell on mistakes. While it's important to learn from failure, don't let it define you. Dwelling on mistakes can lead to self-doubt and fear. Instead, use failure as a stepping stone to move forward. Stay resilient. Persistence in the face of failure is one of the most important traits of successful people. Keep going even when things get tough, and remind yourself that setbacks are a natural part of the process. 6. Surround yourself with the right people. The people you surround yourself with can have a significant impact on your success. Being in a positive, supportive environment helps to maintain motivation, gain new perspectives, and accelerate your growth. Seek mentors and role models. Find people who have achieved the kind of success you're aiming for and learn from them. Mentors can provide valuable guidance, advice, and encouragement, helping you avoid common pitfalls. Build a supportive network. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire, challenge, and support you. This network could include friends, colleagues, or like-minded individuals who share similar goals. Positive relationships keep you motivated and provide emotional support when facing challenges. Limit negative influences. Be mindful of negative influences that may hold you back. Whether it's friends or acquaintances who discourage your ambitions, toxic environments can sap your energy and confidence. Distance yourself from negativity and focus on building relationships that align with your goals. 7. Practice patience and persistence. Success rarely comes overnight. It's important to recognize that achieving long-term goals takes time, effort, and perseverance. Patience is essential because you won't always see immediate results, and persistence is necessary to keep going when progress seems slow. Many people give up just before they achieve their breakthrough because they become discouraged. The key is to stay focused, stay patient, and trust the process. Keep your long-term vision in mind, but take each day step by step. 8. Stay adaptable. In any journey towards success, flexibility is crucial. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances change, so being adaptable allows you to respond to new challenges and opportunities. Successful people are open to adjusting their plans, pivoting when necessary, and embracing new ideas or methods. Be open to feedback. Constructive criticism can provide valuable insights that help you improve. Instead of being defensive, listen to feedback with an open mind. Keep learning, stay curious, and continue learning. Whether it's acquiring new skills, staying updated on industry trends, or expanding your knowledge base, continuous learning ensures that you remain relevant and adaptable in a changing world. Don't be afraid to pivot. Sometimes, your original plan may not work out as expected. In these cases, don't be afraid to pivot. Being adaptable means recognizing when a change in strategy is necessary to achieve your goals. 9. Balance work and well-being. While hard work is essential for success, it's important to balance your work with self-care and well-being. Burnout can be a major obstacle to success, so prioritize your mental, emotional, and physical health along the way. Manage stress. Learn how to manage stress through techniques like mindfulness, meditation, or physical activity. Taking care of your mental health allows you to stay focused and energized. Maintain healthy habits. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep are crucial for maintaining the energy and focus needed for success. Take breaks. Overworking yourself can lead to burnout. Take regular breaks to recharge and come back to your work with fresh perspective and renewed motivation. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you learned something new today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell notification so that you never miss on new updates. Have a nice day.